$129. Jay, how good a price is $129 for real blue opal?
Well, I mean, this is killer, and this is, you know, like, it was really fun because, believe it or not, you know, they don't tell me anything at all. I mean, you talk about like secrets. They keep a lot of secrets. I don't really know what's going on this. But this is the blue opal material, okay? And this comes, this particular rough material is mined, believe it or not, in India. And it's very, very rare. This, what you're seeing here is all the different colors of blue opal that we had. And this is kind of like the last of the material that we got. We did a TS in this. We used all of the last material to actually put this one design together. So you're getting to see all the different things that were left.
Guys, we already have 500 people online, so I don't quite know how long it'll go. Rick, there is 1,000, isn't there? I'm not incorrect, am I? It's been such a, yes it is, it's less than 1,000. It's been such a busy night. Guys, it will be gone in the next 3 or 4 minutes at the very, very most. I know there's a lot of people ordering a lot of different things. All the shades of blue, you know, blue is continually the most popular color around the world. There's a lot to like about this, Jay.
Well, and here's what it was with this. We had the last of the material that came out. I was telling Adam the story on this, like when they originally brought this blue opal to me, so the miner, and we've been friends forever, right. Okay, like forever and a day. Even, we've been together since when our kids were just literally little, you know, rugrats, you know, ankle biters, okay? So, you know, I've seen his kids grow up, my kids. And so, you know, he does a lot of roughs for me, brings it, and he brought this to me to show it to me, say, hey, are you interested? And I said, well, you can see, this even has some of the host rock in it.
Yeah.
So he said, look, I've got blue opal. And I said, do you have a test? And he said, yeah, I had a test. And I said, well, where's it come from? He says, it comes from India. I said, no. I said, not where it came from, through. Where did they mine it? I mean, we need to know the miner. I need to know the story. I need to be able to go and let you know where we're going to have to go to go. He goes, India. And I said, will you knock it off? I mean, come on. I said, oh, so you just think it came out? I said, it didn't come out of India. Guess where it came from?
India.
I hate when that happens. I just absolutely hate when that happens. So only twice in my life, once peridot and now this opal. Right. They're the only two things. Everybody tells you it's mined in India. It is not mined in India. They're great traders, right? And they travel the world, but very few things are actually mined in India, but gosh darn it, this is.
It's really from India.
This really is, and it's got a great story. What it is, it comes out of a little village. There's no opal mine per se. We've actually got photos of this mine, and it's a big open pit mine. I believe they were mining tin or lead or something, whatever they were mining. I mean, at one time, this was a huge operation. I'm talking probably $50, $100 million operation at one time. Huge open pit mine, but it's been closed for years. And what it is, okay, they're gonna pop this up. There's the mine.
The pictures, right?
Okay, now what do you not see in that mine?
Well, anybody.
Equipment. There's nobody there. See, the Brits are so quick. Yeah, that's what you see is nothing, right? There is, so it's abandoned. So the local villagers, and you can see one of them there, Indian, there's the seam, it's seam opal. Right. And what they've done is they go in there, so there is no mining operation or anything. This is just a free-for-all. They have, it's really, rebar. So rebar, what they normally put to brace concrete and stuff, they have pieces of rebar, they sharpen one end of the rebar, and that's their tool. Right. And they go in these seams, that's why I brought this. This is in my specimen case, by the way. But you can see the seam there. And what they do is they go in and they chip out that seam. Right. They put it in these little bags. I was there, you see they bring it, and they bring these little bags every night. And what he does is he buys the opal, and then he grades it and sorts it and selects it. It took us a little over 2 years from the time that he showed me this to the time that we had enough to actually do a project, right? And this is kind of the last of the material. And they've gone ahead, what they've done is they've used everything that we had left, right? That we had in the material. So you've got all the different colors that came out. All of that is opal, and it's all in the blue family, okay? Some of it's a darker, some of it's lighter, but they've used everything that they could in even the seam part, and they've done that. But this is kind of like the one and done, last shot at this particular rough. Now, will I ever get any more of this? Maybe, possibly. Maybe in 2 years if I'm still here. You know, I've been here for 24.
We're never letting you leave,
we might, you know, we might be having this conversation 2 or 3 years from now, but it won't be any sooner than that, right?
There are some gemstones that you see, obviously, regularly, but this, you are the only one that will be able to get it.
Well, and tell you the truth, 43 years of doing this, 43 years, I've only seen blue opal 3 times in my life. The very first time I ever saw it, the very first time I saw it was in South America, and this was in the early 80s. And I was down there, I was getting a lot of materials out of Peru.
Right.
And we got pink opal, we got honeycomb opal, and we got the blue opal. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you have any of that original blue opal rough, which is all mined out now, but if you had that from back in that day, it's like printing money.
Wow.
It's actually, if you've got the really high quality, the AAA, AA, A grade material of the blue opal from Peru, not the junk, the real deal, the real clean stuff, it's actually weight for weight more expensive in the rough than gold. More expensive than gold, weight for weight.
And that's why it's fun to collect beautiful
The
gems.
second blue opal I got, which everybody who's shopped with it, people still call me asking me if I have any, if they could get it. And I keep telling them no. Okay, and that came from Idaho.
Right.
I flew into Boise, Idaho. It's actually, look, okay, so there's a river. Go to Boise, there's the river that divides Oregon and Idaho.
Right.
If you walk across the little stream, the river, that's where the deposit was.
You're like a human GPS.
Technically, it was in Oregon, but the river runs around, so sometimes it's in Idaho, sometimes in Oregon, right? And I went there, they showed me. A great person, you know, we put the deal together, American miner, great story. We did, mined out the whole stope.
Right.
I did that as a TS. We blew it out, and people called me. They still call me. Last year I had somebody call me and ask me, is there any way, they had broke something in one of the bracelets and wanted to know if I had any in my specimen case that I would sell, just because they loved that bracelet so much. So I'm just telling you, blues and blue opals are really, really rare. They're hard to come by. This, I know this has a lot of the different colors in it. It's down to the last of the last, but it is a blue opal and it's got a lot of history to it.
Guys, with everyone on the phone, 150 left, so thank you for your orders. I do want to show you, if you're in love with the blue opal, there's like a dozen or so, but I do want you to see it. It's a ring with this dreamy blue